Welcome back, world, to the Verbal Intercourse Podcast. Got your host, Nick Walker, back in the building with you today. Shout out to everybody that's been listening, supporting the podcast, sharing the podcast, liking the podcast, sharing the links. Really appreciative over here. And, keep throwing them blessings and support my way. Today, got a very special guest in the building. Been trying to link with her for a minute, man. Hey, she be out here. She be a little busy. Shout out to young Jewelz, man, up in the Verbal Intercourse Pod, man. How you feeling?
I'm good, man. Appreciate you for having me. Like you said, it's been forever trying to get in this thing, so it's a good thing to be in here finally.
For sure, man. I've been checking out your shows, checking out your music,
for sure, and
I always been a fan of your shows and the bars you be dropping and just your whole vibe and energy. And you know, it's just positive vibes from me, man. Big fan over here.
Yeah, definitely appreciate the love. And you know, you can tell when people really genuinely fuck with you, and then when they just say it because they see you in public all the time and stuff. But you definitely always show the same support and love on or off social media, in person, wherever we at. So
for sure, man. So what you got going on right now? What you creating?
Just working, man. Back in the studio as I should be, so that's always good. Outside of that, shows and shit coming up, so there's gonna be something good.
You at Jackson Fest?
I'm at Jackson Fest,
and then you got the 420 joint coming up.
Definitely,
I'm kind of excited about that because it seems like it's gonna be a vibe, man.
That's gonna be crazy. I'm finna be with Coke and Tricky, like it's gonna be crazy. Bro. Yeah. I definitely. That's why I be telling people I'm the young OG. Like, you know, it's not too many of us, and like I say us when I like the people that I came into the light with. I guess you could say, like it's not too many of us that's just gonna be on bills like that with those caliber artists. So to be with them is just like
because those are two young goats, man.
Facts.
And I've seen both of them perform. I've seen you perform, man. I'm excited. You know, I plan to be lit up in that thing. I plan to be a little closed eyed. It's 420,
it's
man.
420, right? And then I always like that's the pre-start for my birthday. Since my birthday on 22nd, so
okay. What's your sign?
I'm a Taurus.
Okay.
On the second day of the Taurus, so it's gonna turn up a little, you know.
Oh yeah, definitely looking forward to it.
It's gonna go hard, and then it's just like that's gonna be my birthday performance for me because.
Your people gonna be in there?
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. We definitely gonna thug it out.
Yeah, and Flamingo is like a really dope vibe, man. If you hadn't been to Flamingo, you need to check it out. I was just there last Friday. They was spinning vinyl. They spin vinyl records. It's a late night vibe, man. It's free, man. You chill up in there on the couches, take some nice social media pictures. Yeah. You know, it's just a real cool vibe, and you can bring a bottle in there. Like I bring bottles up in there. So
I haven't been to the new location since they moved off of State Street, but I know it's a nice spot. I seen pictures and stuff like from different shows and shit that they have already. So yeah, I can't wait to get in there and see what it's looking like. Yeah,
for sure, man. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Let's get into this music, man. It's been a minute since you dropped. You know, you amping up to drop again. What type of vibes you going for? What you dropping and you know, just tell the people a little bit about it. You know, you ain't gotta spill the whole what the bitches say tea. You ain't gotta spill the whole tea.
Drop the tea on there. I mean, I told you outside of my people, you the only one that just really knows. So I guess I'm gonna go and spill the beans. I ain't gonna drop the whole tea, but you know,
just let the people know you got something.
Little EP coming, some special. My thing has always been like to drop on my birthday. I don't know why. That's just the first thing I did. Like my first real drop was on my birthday, so I just kept it as a tradition to keep it going. So, in honor of my birthday, and since I haven't dropped anything within probably like almost 2 years, maybe I think I dropped a single or two last year. But as far as like a couple things back to back like that, it'll just be something to give people until I drop another full project or a couple more singles this year. Who knows?
And I already heard it, ladies and gentlemen. And it's dope, man. I was listening to it today in the car, and I was just like, you know, riding out because, you know, I be riding all day doing home health. So I was just riding out. That album cover is dope as hell.
I appreciate it, bro. Shout out to M-Dub, always on the covers for me.
Oh yeah, was it M-Dub Creative? That's what that is. Okay, okay,
yeah, definitely. Dub the truth. She do pretty much everything for me. I couldn't function without Dub a lot of stuff because I had a vision and like I can tell her what I want. And she bring it to life for sure.
Okay,
for sure. That's why it's really important to work with people that can understand you and understand what you need. Because sometimes I'll be like, I don't know exactly what I'm looking for, but I feel like if I tell you what direction I'm trying to go in, you can bring it back to me complete. And anytime I do that, it's always something complete. And it's never been a time where she's done something and I just be like, nah, Dub, this ain't it. I don't like that.
For sure. So, I think creative chemistry is just very important.
Definitely.
And I think, especially as an artist like you, I think it's very important to have that creative chemistry with your producers, your engineers,
facts,
and all that, and your whole team and whoever bring your project together. So
definitely,
and that's dope because every time I look at your projects, is it how they sound and the cover art and stuff like that, it always look well put together. I think that's very important, especially for up and coming artists to have something that looks professional. It's like you dressing the part. You feel me?
For sure. It just doesn't make sense to me if it's not like all sonically placed together for it ought to be, like you said, well put. Like it just makes sense from the producers to the engineers to whoever. And I try to stay within the same group of people as far as like the engineers, and I try to branch out to different producers. I'm really getting set on like trying to work with more local producers or producers that I can actually reach out to and touch, because that chemistry matters as well, because it's getting to the point now where it's like it's so much trash out here, many this type beats or that type beats, and like you don't want to rap on that type of stuff. So it's just like I need something that's me, I need something to fit me. So yeah, definitely.
So when you say you need something that fits you, how would you describe yourself as an artist? Like, who are your influences, even locally or even, out in the world? Like, it could be a singer, rapper, producer. Who your influences is?
And that's the thing. Like, when I get asked that question, a lot of people probably expect me to be like, oh, this rapper, that rapper. And don't get me wrong, I have a lot of rap influences, but I listen to a lot of R&B.
Okay.
Like, that's probably like the main thing I play in the car. Outside of the local artists that I do listen to rapper-wise. But just inspiration, I have to say, like J. Cole, Mac Miller, Dollar Black, of course, Casey Youngbone, Coke, Tricky.
Yeah.
And even the people that I'm my peers, like C, Dev, Dre Dice, like they inspire me too. Crystal Jim, Flower Child, Unknown. It just depends. Jody Boy. Just,
man, it's a lot. Man, you naming a lot of talent, man. It's a lot of talent.
And I will say, like, I tell people this all the time. Like, as far as vibes are concerned, like, locally, Cool KM and J Sky, like, them the people that, like, really just set the vibe tone for me. Like,
yeah, and J Sky been setting vibes for a long time. Sure.
And Jones, too. I love Jones.
Real. I think, just by you naming those artists, man, it just give you a kaleidoscope of different artistry and different goats that Mississippi, Jackson done produced, Mississippi as a totality done produced, man. And definitely. I think as far as like female rappers, I feel like you one of those pioneers right now of people that's just trying to set their mark out here in Mississippi, especially, and nationwide or whatever. Sure. So do you look at somebody that's gonna be influential to the culture, like especially as like not even just female artists but young artists coming up? Because I feel like you drop bars, you know what I'm saying, and I think at some point hip hop gonna go back to it, the bar.
I feel like it has no other choice, like because it's all like not gonna say all of it is a gimmick, but a lot of it is a gimmick. So after all that shit fade away, what else are you gonna have to rely on? Your bars. So if you're not barred up, you're gonna get washed real quick. So yeah, I feel like I try to be, because at the end of the day, like we all can make that fun shit. Like it's not that hard. That shit easy. It's fun to make it because it's so easy to play around with. You get the chance to relax in a sense versus actually going in.
Precise. Yeah.
So
hey, Hey, we call verbal intercourse for a reason, man.
Sure.
I'm about them bars, man.
I already know.
So tell me, give me one verse that you done heard this year or even last year that's you like, man, it don't matter if it's local or not local. A verse where you was like, damn, that nigga barred up or she barred up. Cause I'm gonna give you one to start to I'm gonna give you one.
Okay.
I feel like Fabio Foreign on Ye on the Donda album.
Yeah.
Cause he and Kendrick Lamar with what's that song with Baby King.
Oh yeah, that's my shit right there.
Yeah, shit. I don't know.
Top of the morning.
Yeah. Man. Those was the two ones where I was just like, I just kept replaying. I'm like, oh, they barred up
for sure. I'm trying to think, bro.
Baby King on Ye too, on Donda too. Yeah, Baby King.
See, I'm not a big Kanye fan. I used to be, but I'm not a big. I didn't even listen to Donda. I'm not gonna even lie to you. But I don't know. I'm trying to think.
It could be local or, mainstream.
Probably, I'm gonna go with. I can't think of the name of the record. I've seen a lot of people talking shit about it too. I think I even seen you talking shit about
which
it.
Which one?
D-Day is Cole got a record on there though. It's just him on it.
Oh,
I can't think of the name of it. But he went crazy on that bitch.
Now that's the thing about D-Day. Every song that Cole was on, I'm cool with it. It's them other niggas.
I ain't gonna lie. The rest of it, but it was just like some thrown together. I can honestly say that's what it sounded like.
Real talk.
But at the same time, I get what you saying, cause I really only fuck with art shit.
But think about how Gangsta Grills used to be some prolific ass shit.
That's very true. Cause if you had a Gangsta Grills project back in the day, you was top tier. You was up there.
Real talk. Sure. Like Gangsta, like DJ Drama, Gangsta Grills. Like I feel like they really started popping when I was in high school. So anytime from. Anything from Dedication 1, Dedication 2, from Jim Jones 7-Day Theory or Jeezy, Can't Ban the Snowman.
You right.
These niggas come together on Gangsta Grills.
It makes some shit happen.
Yeah.
So you right. All right. Well, let me take away from that then. Wayne got a verse on what's the name of that song?
Cause Wayne been killing features.
Wayne been going crazy.
I know his verse on Corday shit was stupid hard.
It's a record with him. It's a remix. It's him, Jim Jones.
I know what track you talking about. Yeah.
I said Jewelz. I can't think of the other people that's on it. I think it's Jimmy's song though. Mm-hmm. But Wayne went crazy on that bit.
Yeah, Jimmy been putting some shit out, but them niggas, they got smacked on their verses and
yeah, they did. They could be.
But that bring me to my next point. I was at Jackson Indie Music Week and I done seen a lot of artists perform, and of course you've been on the scene for a minute. The reason why really Dipset lost their verses is it was because of the songs they played, as well as that they was rapping over their vocals. How important is it to just rap your songs without rapping over the vocals, and what level of skill does it take? Because I know that shit ain't easy.
I mean, it's all a mindset, honestly, because once you get in the habit of doing it, you'll be like disgusted with the fact that
you was doing it,
right? Because I was put in a situation where somebody was like, "We want you to rap over your vocals," and I was like, "I'm not gonna do that." Because when I sent them the track, it was like the instrumental, and they were like, "Well, where's the song?" And I'm like, "This is the song." It's just, and they was like, "Well, no, we want you." I'm like, "Nah, I can't do that." Like, I don't know. It's just
So the person that was running the show was like,
yeah, and it was a different type of show. It wasn't like a normal show that I do where I'm on a bill with a bunch of other rappers and stuff. And
it was just like
it was more so party, but they wanted me to perform at it, and I'm like, well, this is how I perform. You know,
Really?
I'm an artist. At the end of the day, like, you want the performance out of me. I could be lazy as hell if the shit playing in the background, because I could just walk around the stage and, you know, hype myself up. So I feel like with the not rapping over vocals, that's where you get your true performance from, because that's when your breathing skills come in. That's when your technique come in. That's when your word pronunciation comes in. That's when you know if you know your damn lyrics. Like,
man, niggas do not be knowing their lyrics.
So
that shit is
all that
wild.
shit matters, bro. So I feel like, yeah, rapping over your vocals is lame as shit. And if you put in a situation where you have no other choice, like, I get it. I seen it, like, some artists in the strip clubs, they rap over their vocals and shit, and that's cool, I guess, because of the venue and the event type of situation it is. But at the end of the day, at a like real life performance at a show or a festival or some type of shit, nah, I want a real performance. Like, I want to be able to hear you. I want to be able to get crowd participation, all that type of shit. Because if you really popping and if you really rapping, 9 times out of 10, the crowd rapping with you anyway. So it just make it sound better. It's just, I don't know. Yeah. It's the experience from it for me.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like, I done been to a lot of concerts. I think I done seen at least probably 200 different people perform in the past 5 years though. And like I've seen some really, I ain't gonna name their name, but I done seen some really big artists rap over their vocals, and they be literally headlining the festival.
And that shit be horrible.
And I be like we literally waited for you. Like if anybody's ever been to a festival, you're literally standing outside for fucking 12 hours straight.
Waiting.
You are fucking exhausted by the end. So at least you could goddamn put on a crazy ass show.
And make sure that somebody enjoying it and
that is memorable.
It's worth it, right.
Yeah. But like shit, we wait all this long, and you a multi-platinum artist, so this festival is just another bag for you. You don't really give a fuck.
As long as you show up.
As long as you show up, you get the bag.
As long as you show up and you get that mic in your hand and you come on that stage, you got your money.
Real
you
talk.
could put on the worst show of your life, but you got that money, so it don't even matter.
Man, that shit is insane, man. So let's get back to you for a second. Okay. So in 2020, you dropped Patrick Ewing, you dropped some heavy hitters, MVP. Talk to me a little bit about whenever you in your grind mode, what's your creative mode like? Do you have to kind of escape people?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. I'm really, and I know I'm trying to get better at it, because I know when I first started being like out to the public, I was real like standoffish. Like, I'm an introvert like a motherfucker. Like, I'm a Taurus, so it is what it is. Yeah. But with my career path, of course, it comes with having to be a personable person. So, but that's the one thing I can't. Like, I refuse to, like, I don't want to go out. Like, I just want to sit in my house or somewhere peaceful. It doesn't necessarily have to be my house, but 9 times out of 10, it's my house, and just be away from the world. And that's when I really stopped listening to rap. I just listen to R&B. I might listen to some rap, but if I do, it's like some old school hip hop, probably like some Debrat or something, to just like get me in my vibe and get me focused. But I really like try to stay away from everything outside of work, of course, because I gotta go to work. But
I will say, listening to the tracks that you sent me, you can definitely tell that you influenced by a lot of R&B. Just about like your rapping subjects and how you flowing and your cadence and your melody, like I could definitely tell that.
Yeah, I don't know. Part of me want to be a singer, I guess.
Have you ever like sung before?
I mean,
not really.
Growing up, of course, we was all in the choir and stuff. But
shit, in the studio these days, they can make anybody sing like they can sing.
Yeah, and I mean, and that goes well with your engineering stuff too. And with this project, I went back, or it's not even a project, but with this EP or whatever, I went back to my original engineer. Shout out to Cool KM.
Okay.
So, that's like an instant. Like, I go in there and
bam,
It's a vibe. Yeah. It's a whole vibe. It's a whole energy. When I went in there, I was like, for the first session, I was like, oh, I'm back home. Like, because it just felt like, you know, how you move away and then you come back and visit, and it's just like, this is what it feels like to be in that space and in that time. So it was just like, okay, here's some vibes. And I was telling my manager, I was like, I do most of my singing with him or Dollar because both of them,
they challenge you.
And both of them will tell me, you need to do this over and do it like this. Whereas you could go to somebody else that only works with rappers and they wouldn't be able to tell you the same. You wouldn't have that same type of direction. So it's always important to be able to be in the right places for the right things. And so I feel like with these records, they, like you said, they're vibes. So it's just with the melodies and stuff that I have on them, it was definitely important for me to be with somebody that was going to be able to tell me, all right, I see where you're going with it. Let's do it like this. Or just to help me and make sure that it sounds the way it needed to sound. Because, you know.
They saw your creative vision.
Right.
And you know, like we was talking about earlier, it's just about that creative chemistry. Like, definitely. You know, if I throw an alley, can you dunk it? Like, that's dope, man. You know, I think it's really dope that you work with Dollar. I done known Dollar for a long time before he was even called Dollar. Yeah. Nigga was Brandon Howard. Yeah, me and B, we went to Chastain, Murrah together.
Okay.
And even in Murrah, he was always talking about making music, and he was already making mixtapes and shit like that. Sure. Before niggas even knew the capability, you know what I'm saying? And I done saw the growth in him, and it's dope that you know he worked with y'all and he mentor y'all as well as y'all collab, and you know that's y'all peer, man. That's hard right there.
That's how it started for me and Dollar. Like I came up to him the first time I ever saw Dollar was when he opened up a Big Crit.
Okay.
And I told him on one of his posts, I was like, one of these days I'm gonna be opening up for you. Just watch. And like it was like a full circle. Like I ended up interning for B-Day 90.1. The Ron was the DJ over there at the time, and Ron was DJing for Dollar. So I was like, bro, you gotta like come on, you gotta help me get to Dollar. Like, so it just so happened that the building that we used to do like our business meetings and stuff in, Dollar had a studio there at the time. And he was like, well, shit, he finna pull up if you're really serious about meeting him. Because, you know, people will tell you all the time, like, I make music, I want to do this, I want to do that.
Yeah,
but if you're not serious, you just wasting my time. So I understood, like, you know, I'm like, yeah, I'm serious, I'm going to stand right here, I'm going to wait. Like,
yeah.
So when he pulled up, you know, we were talking, chopping it up. I had gave him a copy of a CD I had, and he was like, I'm going to tell you the first thing right now off top. Anybody else probably wouldn't even listen to your CD because I was young. It was handwritten, you know what I'm saying? He was like, but you know, the professional way to do it is get it printed, this, that, and the third. Just put me up on game right there from the jump. So I knew then he was solid because a lot of people wouldn't even tell you shit like that. They'd just be like, oh yeah, I listened to it, toss that motherfucker, and you never hear from him again.
Yeah.
Bro, listen to this shit. DM me, was like, I see where you're going with it. You need some help, let me know. Like, I rock with you. Woo-woo. So I was like, shit.
Yeah.
Get on the remix to that record right here if you're really serious. Like, let's see what's going on.
Yeah.
He got on Riot Remix, and it was like,
bam.
From there.
Yeah, I was silent from there.
Hell yeah, because for you to be who you are, like, Dollar was the man when I met him. It's not like, you know, he just got popped, like you said. He been Dollar. So
yeah, he been doing it.
For me to be nobody compared to him, it was just like, all right.
Yeah.
So
yeah, man.
He genuine as hell. He probably one of the most solid dudes I've ever met.
For sure. He definitely one of those guys that I always look at him and just be like, man, he ain't got no chink in his armor. Like, he just, you know, he's just a all around good person. Everybody got flaws and shit, but it just seemed like you don't see that nigga flaws.
Right. I have never ran into anybody and I'd be like, oh yeah, you know who Dollar Black is? Like, that's who I run with. And they be like, Dollar Black? Like, I ain't never heard nobody be like, fuck Dollar. Like, no shit like that. It's always like, Dollar? Oh shit, hell yeah. Like, so, yeah, because you know, it's some people around here. You be like, oh, I know such and such, or I be with such and such, and they be like, oh, you might want to watch out for that cat, or that dude ain't straight like that. But nah,
yeah,
100.
Because I would say, you know, with me just podcasting, it's been times where, you know, I podcasted with people in New York. I done podcasted with a lot of different people across the nation, and it's people in Mississippi that, like, you would try to get them to come on the podcast, and they be like real shady, or you know, I'd be like, you know, cool, I ain't tripping, you know what I'm saying, but it just be like, okay, why you acting like that, you know what I'm saying?
Like, you bigger than you supposed to be.
Right. But, you know, like I said, you know, I ain't never tripping. It's to each his own. I'm gonna keep moving anyway, and at this point, you know, I feel like my platform has grown enough to where a lot of people hit me up like, hey, I want to come on the podcast to talk about this. Or if I hit somebody up to invite them, they be like, shit, cool. You know what I'm saying? I love it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Right, man. It's just, you know, millennial opinions, millennial vibes, and we chilling is either informative content, or we tripping out, or we talking about some ambitious shit. So,
right. But either way it goes, it's still a good topic, good content. So,
So yeah, man, we gonna get ready to about round this interview out, man. It's been great having you on the podcast, man.
It's good to be in this bit.
Hell yeah, man. We gonna definitely have to do this again. So before we leave, I want you to kind of just lead the people with a few words of encouragement, or if you got something on your chest that you need to get off, or some words to get the people to kind of give them a little game on ambition or whatever.
Man, never stop believing in yourself, because at the end of the day, nobody's gonna believe in you the way you will. That's definitely like the best game anybody has ever given to me, and I knew that for myself. But you know, it's just when you hear people tell you stuff like that, I don't know, it just makes you feel like, all right, if I believe in me, that'll show them that they can believe in me too. But outside of that, man, I just want to let all these rappers know they're not fucking with me.
Y'all not fucking with Jewelz in 2022, man.
Definitely not.
She barred the fuck up.
Hey, man, I'm not playing no games. and you heard the vibes.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I got some shit in my bag. I'm in the studio all 20. Man, listen.
You in the studio
I'm in the studio all 2022, bro.
I'm fucking with you.
I took some time off. I let people, you know. I've been watching in the backgrounds, looking, and it's a shame out here in these streets.
Yeah,
man. I talk to Portia all the time, and she be like, when are you coming back?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, I never just left, but, like, you know.
Yeah, you got to take some time for yourself.
For sure. And that's how people always tell me, like, you need to drop consistent projects and drop this, drop that. I mean, yes, consistency matters, but you don't want to drown people with your shit until it just becomes so weak, and it's just like
oversaturated.
You just putting so much shit out. I can't keep up with it, and I'm uninterested now. Nah, you want a motherfucker to be like, what is shit? I ain't heard from such and such in a minute with some, you know. So
yeah, I think dropping consistently is important, but it just depends on what you look at consistent. Like, I don't want you Kendrick Lamar consistent. Wait, 5 fucking years.
Definitely can't do that. I don't have Kendrick Lamar money, so I can't do that shit. But I ain't gonna be like, I don't know. I wouldn't even say Russ, because Russ used to drop like a song every week, and that shit cool, because it was something. It was still fresh.
A song every week is doable.
Yeah, but I'm not finna be, you know, dropping Chris Brown projects like 40 songs every time I drop type shit. Like, I ain't doing nothing like that. But nah, I got some shit though. So, you know, I was joking, but they still can't fuck with me.
Hey, I know it. Cause I'm gonna tell you, man, like, you know, it's a few of y'all out here that's just really barred the fuck up. When I see y'all perform, I just be like, you know, he got it or she got it. You know what I'm saying? And you one of the ones.
I appreciate that.
And it's just important that y'all out here, because like I said, man, I'm for the bars. I ain't for the gimmicks. Right. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you know, you got some fun tracks, you know, do your thing, but you know, just understand the foundation is where the bars is. So
facts. And
you know, with that right there, man, we finna be out, man. You know, I one thing I want to say before we get off of here, the purpose of this podcast is for millennial opinions, millennial content, millennial information. We entertaining and informative. So just keep supporting the podcast. Shout out to Young Jewelz. We out. Peace.